Kick your shoes off, take a load off. Don't go nowhere till the show's off. Oh, you know it's gonna be a movie when you got Cletus Cassidy on your TV. Yeah, already know Mr. Funny Man. Coming to you and making you laugh again. Started off on the radio, now we got the Cletus Cassidy Show. Cletus Cassidy Show. Already know who's the funny man. Coming to you and making you laugh again. Started off on the radio, now we got the Cletus Cassidy Show.
Yeah. Oh, it came on again. The theme song came on again. Somebody make the theme song stop. Stop theme song. Good morning, man. Welcome to another edition of See You in the Morning. It is Monday. It's the first of the month. Now cash your checks and come on. It's the first of the month. It is Monday, April the 1st. 2024, the year of our Lord 2024. This is See You in the Morning. I am, of course, your host, Cletus Cassidy. So excited to be in the building with you all today, man. We just gonna Monday it up. I know a lot of people are doing their spring breaks and they getting their lives together in that way. So I'm excited to be on here just for the few moments that I'm gonna be on here this morning. Just excited to be on here even today. So we're going to start the show off the way that we always started. If this is your first time hearing this, you are about to experience something so cold. If you've seen this show before and you found it not robbery to come back and watch this show again, I appreciate you because you could have been anywhere in the world, but you chose to be here with me, and I appreciate that. You know what we do, man. Same old kind of routine. If you're starting to watch now, all I ask you to do is share the show. Let somebody else get in on this foolishness with you. If you want to support the show, be a sponsor of the show, kind of help the show to move on, do things that we need to do, buy new computers, new lights, all that kind of stuff, man. All you got to do is we ask for $1 a week. If you send $1 a week to the Cash App that's listed right there, Cletus Comedy, man, we'd be ever so appreciative of you doing so, man. I guarantee we'll put that dollar to good use. For $1 a week, you can feed a starving radio host or TV or podcast or whatever this is. You can feed a starving me for $1 a week. That's less than 17 cups of coffee. That's way less than a cup of coffee. I don't even know if you can get a cup of coffee for 99 cents anymore. But $1 a week is definitely less than what you're spending on your coffee this week. So I'm excited to that. The first thing we do on this show, man, just to keep it consistent, is the first thing we do is we come out and we speak to everybody. If you speak to me, then I speak to you back. And so that's just me trying to be, polite in the ways that I can be polite. And the first three people that speak get the M&M's, the mythical morning medals. And so let me start off right there with the bronze medal going to Miss Kimberly Harris. Good morning, Kim. The silver going to Natasha Lamel. It's French for the male. And the gold going to the bishop, the Pope Calvin J. Hill Sr. Good morning, Mr. Pope, sir. The Pope Calvin J. Hill Sr. with the gold. Natasha, nasty Natasha is what they call out in the streets, with the silver, and Kimberly with the bronze. And coming in fourth, the aluminum fourth, not quite a medal winner, but still participating, is Kim Cat Coles, Kit Kat Coles. I don't know what I said, Kim, Kit Kat Coles. So good morning to all of y'all. Countdown to my birthday. My birthday is on April the 6th. The show is not on April the 6th because we moved the show because we were supposed to have been doing possibly going to Africa. So the show has been postponed. So we're not having the recording on April the 6th. However, I've been in contact with some people, man. Things have changed, of course, since the BET situation. So we've had some people come to me about doing it and they want to sponsor it. And if somebody else wants to spend their coins for me to actually, I'm all with it. Good morning, Tina. Betty, my man, LaTroy. It's the Troy. If you're going to speak to him in his proper nouns, it's the Troy. There are other Troys, but this is the Troy. Good morning, LaTroy Brinkley. Great morning is what LaTroy said. Not even just a good one. Great morning, according to LaTroy. So today is April 1st, man. Internationally known, well, maybe not internationally known. In the United States, it's known as April Fool's Day. Now, Here's one of the things that I've learned about holidays. All American holidays, while we feel like all of our holidays are the important holidays, there are other holidays in other countries that we don't even know about, and they don't care about ours. Canadian Boxing Day is a real day. I don't know what Canadian Boxing Day really means. I really feel like it's a day that you can feel free to go out and punch people, but apparently it isn't. But Canadian Boxing Day is not a day that we celebrate here. We don't celebrate Canadian Boxing Day. It's the day after Christmas, December 26th. It's annually celebrated in Canada, the UK, and other British Commonwealth countries. But it's a day off for the servants and the working class. It's basically just a day off for the working class in Canada. And then that's their Black Friday. But it's a Thursday this year. But it's their Black Friday. It's their day after Christmas. So you got to know it's days that we don't have. We don't have it. It's also called Offering Day. See there, you go out and you do a lot of shopping. Good morning, Stars. Good morning, Danielle. Danielle, thank you. So there's a lot of holidays that we don't do. April 1st is a day in America that I just don't trust. I'm gonna tell y'all right now, no matter what y'all tell me today, I'm not believing it. I'll believe it tomorrow. But today is National Lie Day. You can go out there and tell whatever lie, just be like April Fool. I'm telling you right now, I'm about to go out there and express my love to about 15, 16 women today. If you get the text from me telling you that I've loved you forever and blah, 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 guaranteeing you don't believe it. And today is April Fool's Day. You can get out there and lie. Now, the advantage to April Fool's Day is a lot of stuff. For me, April Fool's Day used to be the day that I really did express my love to women. It would be April the 1st. It would be a young lady that I've loved for a long time, that I've had amorous feelings for. And to save myself the hurt, I would let her know on April Fool's Day. I'd be like, hey, girl, look, I've been watching you for a while, man. I've always admired everything about you. I love the way that you smile. I love the gleam in your eyes, man. I just think God made you perfectly. Everything about you makes me want you more. Even when you make mistakes, you do them just right. Man, I was just wondering, man, if you wouldn't mind going out with a guy like me. I'm going to give you all that I got, man. And if you don't mind going with me, being a part of my life, man, I'd be really appreciative. And the moment she come back with, oh, boy, no. Or she like, man, I got a man. I'll be like, April Fools. It's the easiest way to do it. Save yourself the heartbreak. Save yourself the heartbreak with a good April Fool. Fellas, if you've been watching her for a while, if you've been wanting her, this is your day. Throw it out there. Ladies, you can do the same thing. If it's a dude out there that you've been wanting really, really bad, today is your day to throw that at him. Today is that day. Throw it at him. Hey, man, you know, I've been just wanting ladies. Just be like, hey, listen here. Everything about you makes my rivers flow. I'd like you to come over here and put that thing on me. And if he be like, girl, no, I can't. You know, I got a wife. April Fool. I'm telling you, works every time. This is your day. Today, I know a lot of people think April Fool is about practical jokes and lying. Today is about freedom. April Fool's, for me, is all about freedom. Today is the day you feel free to say whatever it is you got to say. Fellas, if she catch you, I'm telling you, go ahead and cheat openly in your phone. Let her see it. Girl, that was an April Fool joke. I want y'all to go over there. April Fool. Look, I'm about to send it in right now. April Fool. Yeah. April Fool's a perfect day. It's a perfect day. I got a text message this morning. Somebody lied to me this morning. I know they were lying. He said that's definitely a different perspective. I knew they were lying to me this morning. So I'm going to give them credit. I'm going to say that they won't lie to me, that they were pulling an April Fool's joke on me. I'm going to just say that. What they told me was a paramount. They tried to tell me, and this is one of the things that upsets me. Y'all in my listening public, y'all know what I say. And the person who said, I'm not even going to call them out. It was just ridiculous for me to even wake up to this morning. Sometimes, like, there are lies that you ask for, and then there are lies that people volunteer. And you'd be like, why did you volunteer that lie? I didn't even ask for it. There was no need for you to give me that lie. And they lied to me. And it was crazy. So one of the things that I've always gotten my whole life, my whole life, and this is just true. This is facts. I grew up in schools when school didn't care about kids' feelings. I think we need to go back. No, they did not. They definitely didn't say that Duke won. I can go back to a time where school didn't care about a kid's feelings. It's one of the problems with the educational system now. We care about the kids' feelings. We used to separate kids based on their ability level. Everybody knew who was in what classes. You used to have high achieving classes. You had your regular classes. And you had your class kids that needed a little more assistance. And everybody knew who was in what class. They knew if you was in the smart class, if you was in the regular class, and if you was in the class that never changed classes, they just changed books. Everybody knew. They differentiated. Your honor students was always together. Your A students was in one class, your C students was in another class, and your D students was in a whole nother one. That's poor but passing. And the teachers was able to teach to the kids based on that way. You always knew. That's why you was in the same class with certain kids your whole time you was in school. You was always in that homeroom. We was always in the same homeroom. We was always together. This teacher had, and when we changed class, we all changed classes together. They differentiated the students. They didn't care about your feelings. If your kid was a little slow, you knew it. And you had to deal with it or speed them up. You had to put their brain on a treadmill. Get them together. I was always in high achieving classes. And even in the high achieving classes, I was a high achiever amongst the high achievers. Then I made it into get to the talented programs. I've always been considered a bright young man. I might not have all the I may not always have all the accolades. Formal education ain't my thing. If I want to, I can. Let's not get it twisted. If I want to go back to college and get a master's and a doctor's and a doctor's doctorate, I could do all of that. I don't really necessarily see it, right? Good morning, Sharon Anderson. It's not that I can't. It's just that I have it. And trust me, I've seen people who have a lot of paperwork and a lot of letters behind their name couldn't walk their way out of a paper bag. There's a lot of people out there, man, with a lot of letters behind their names that ain't that bright. Not at all. But I don't hold that against them. They got their accolades. They can lean on those, right? But one of the things that I've always had, anytime anybody meets me, they always talk about how intelligent I am. Everybody's like, hey, man, you're a pretty intelligent guy. I'm not Mensa material. I'm not Mensa. I'm not a genius. And I'm not always the smartest person in the world, but I'm telling you, I'm in that top 10% every time. And I'm smart enough to know that when I'm in a room of learned doctors and smart individuals, I can be quiet. I ain't got to try to run the conversation. But if I'm in the room enough with enough of these smarter people and I sit down, I shut up and I just listen, I'm going to learn something while I'm in there. I have no problem with that. I love to learn something while I'm in the room with these smart individuals. But I'm a smart individual too. You can't pull the wool over my eyes willy-nilly. Got a message this morning. The person was trying to pull wool over my eyes. I don't even wear wool sweaters. And if I do, it's going to be a cardigan. I'm gonna put it on both shoulders. There'll never be any wool pulled over my eyes. My t-shirts are cotton. The touch, the feel of the cotton, the fabric of our lives, which I thought was a racist commercial. Out of all the fabrics that could have been of our lives, it's got to be cotton. The one that my ancestors got beat over, cotton is the fabric of our lives. What's wrong with polyester? Spandex couldn't be the fabric of our lives, but that's neither here nor there. They try to tell me that they didn't have something that they had. And in the email, this is what the person told me. I didn't have it even before they took it. Wait, what? That's like the drug dealer being like, it was no drugs in the house even before the cops took the drugs out of the house. Wait, huh? I hate when people send me stuff like that and then expect me to just be like, oh, okay, well, that makes sense. Oh, that makes sense. Okay, cool. I couldn't do it. I just want that person because I know that person came on the day because after they told that egregious lie, I knew they was going to try to see what I had to say about the lie. I just want to let them know I saw your egregious lie. And then you wonder why I told you I don't trust you because you would lie like that. If you would tell me that kind of lie, if you would lie like that, look at that. Look at the freezing. That's where your dollar a day goes to. That's what your dollar a day goes to, so that I don't have to freeze like that. I'm coming back. Y'all know I always come back on the other line. I just hate that that we had this freeze situation. I haven't figured out what is causing me to freeze. It ain't even cold in here. I ain't figured out what makes me freeze. But I be freezing. So let's turn the volume down now. Especially with my mouth open. They don't respect me in the freeze.
They'll have me freeze in any kind of way. They don't respect me in the freeze. They make me freeze any kind of way. They're not playing fair. Y'all can see my wash and dry in the back. Let's move like that. That's a picture of my bald head daughter. She ain't bald no more. She regular now, but she has some bald times. So now I'm getting in, getting out because I'm taking a trip. Me and my son gonna hit the road a little bit today. It might be my browser or my computer's memory. Thank you, Ron. I'm gonna have you look at both. So do I need to take the porn out of my computer's memory? Is that what I need to do, or just we'll talk about it later? I don't even know. Bucks and Bonds Part Volume 3 is what's doing this to me. It's crazy out here. So I always come to y'all with a question. Monday is always my weekend in review. So my weekend this weekend was really, really chill-ish. On Saturday, clean your cookies. Matter of fact, I'm gonna start telling a lot of the women to do that. Clean your cookies. I'm glad you said that, Z. That is listen here. If that's not a mantra that I can put on a t-shirt, clean your cookies. That could go for a lot of people. Some of y'all run around here with unclean cookies. Your cookies is dirty. If you start off by cleaning your cookies, a lot of things in your life will straighten up and fly right. Ladies, clean your cookies. Z, you own to something. You is on to something there. Clean your cookies. Anyway, my weekend started off pretty good. On Saturday, I had 2 performances that I had to do. It started off at Highland Springs High School with their 11th annual drumline competition. What's up, Jason? What's up, Devon? And hosted by Highland Springs High School Marching Battalion, one of the finest marching bands in the land. They have a drumline competition every year. I was able to go up there and host that. One of the things that I walked away with, and I meant to call and ask, I wasn't able to stay to the end because I had 2 events that day that ran pretty close to each other. So I was in Richmond for that. And so when I went, one of the things that really stood out to me, it was a high school band competition. High school drum lines from all over the state came and participated. And they've had not only drum lines from all over the state, but all over the country. They've had drum lines come and drum. Now, I'm not a musical dude. It all sounds the same to me. The drums all sound, every one of them sounds the same. Now, I was in the band in high school, and I played the triangle. A lot of people don't know that. Little known fact: I am an accomplished triangle player. I like to think that since nobody else had a triangle player in a band, that I was all state triangle. That's my belief system. I believe that I was all state. Nobody else played it, so why wouldn't I be? So I like to believe that I was all state triangle player, best triangle player in the state. I dare somebody to come and say otherwise. I dare you to come out there and try to say that I was not all state
on that triangle. I dare you to come outside and say it. You can't do it. There's nothing, no way you can do it. So I get it. But I watched it, and there was all high schools. There was one group of elementary schools, an elementary school drum line from Newport News, Virginia. I forgot what school they were from. It was a lady name like Katherine Jackson or Michelle Obama. One of those two. They pretty much the same person. So their band came, and what I really loved about it is they insisted on not being considered a exhibition. They would like put us in the competition, coach. It's all high school bands. Katherine Johnson Elementary. Thank you. Katherine Johnson Elementary in Newport News. Big shout outs to them and their band program. They were like, don't treat us like outsiders. Throw us in the game. Put me in the game, coach. Make us one of the competition. And those kids did fantastic. You could not tell from the naked eye. I'm not a trained musician. I'm not a trained band director. You couldn't tell from the naked eye the difference between their drum line and the high schools. Just, I didn't see the difference. They were great. They were fantastic. They had 2 kids on the quads. One of them, the quads weighed more than the drum weighed more than they did. But just drumming, they did fantastic. And just let me know that you can't limit what kids can do. Kids are amazing, resilient, they're bright, and they can do anything. And Katherine Johnson Elementary deserves all the kudos for showing that their kids are as good as anybody. And the only thing that I could keep thinking of, man, is that we got them going and playing the drums this early. How great are they going to be by the time they get to high school? And I'm quite sure it is the seed that's going to grow into college scholarships for a few of those kids, if not all of them. So big shout outs to Katherine Johnson Elementary School. I don't know who their band director is, but big shout outs to the band director over there at Katherine Johnson Elementary. I say that because I saw him. And then I left and I was at a banquet and I had a good time at a banquet. Then on Sunday, Easter Sunday, I hosted a quartet concert. So big shout outs to Yolanda Goodwin, who does quartet concerts. Y'all know that was done. I hosted that out of friendship because I'm just not big on quartet music. If you're not familiar with gospel music, then you definitely not familiar with quartet music. Quartet music is crazy. And all the groups, yes, Davon, I apologize. I don't want anybody to think that all the groups weren't great. All those groups were very, very good. I just wanted to just highlight how, or accentuate how that was an elementary school group against high schools, and high schools that were playing great. And this elementary school was also great. Thank you for correcting me on that and just nudging me towards the right thing. I did the quartet thing. I don't like quartet. Quartet music is crazy. It's a whole different world out there. But I saw a situation at the banquet that I hosted. The banquet turned into a dance later on. And here's the question that I have for y'all today. Make sure y'all share this show. Share the show with somebody, recommend it to somebody. And if you want to donate towards the show, $1 a week to my Cash App is all that we ask. Here's my question for the day. A young lady was at the banquet, and the banquet turned into a dance. You know, just grown folk dancing out there, getting their groove on the dance floor, DJing. All the ladies were dressing their best, showing out a little bit. A couple of cheeks was hanging. And I appreciate it. Fellas, I appreciate the fact that you realize that just because you're starting to get old don't mean that the ladies is going to stop being stank. You're going to be able to get a little stank on it even in your old age. Your 50s and 60s, the ladies is still going to be pulling it out there. I seen some cheeks. I was happy to see them. I was like, okay, old age cheeks. Seasoned yams. Yeah, and they just like real yams. You know, real yams, when they young and fresh, they still hard and ripe. They not ripened yet. They still hard. That's like young girl cheeks. Them young cheeks are still hard. They tense up. They move. They don't have that jiggle yet. But the older they get, the less firm they get. Yams is like real yams. So once you get about 50, 55, 60, they got a little more sway to them. You know, they get a little mushy. A lot of y'all ladies are sitting around on mushy yams. And it's okay that your yams is mushy. We're older now. We okay. We need our food softened. And so it's all right that you run around with the mushy yams. Getting soften the food for us. When one of the young ladies was in there and a young man decided he wanted to shoot his shot at her. He's like, I'm going to shoot my shot. And that young lady was asking the young man, just a, questions. Seems you a handsome young man. About how old are you? He told her the age. And she tried to let him down easy. Because she realized that she had a son older than that young man. So my question to you ladies, this for the ladies and fellas, I guess you could get into it too. I think it gets kind of weird when it's a guy though. Would you date somebody younger than your child? What's up, Bree? Would you date somebody younger than your child? And I'm still talking about an adult. Let's say that you had your kid. Let's say you 18 and now you 53. Your child is 35 years old. Would you date a 33-year-old? Would you date somebody younger than your child? Emmy Place, Michelle McKinney says not just no, but HE double hockey sticks no. Betty Burnett says absolutely not. You can't go get your Stella back. Danielle even says no. You can't get your Stella back. If you grown, you 53, he 35. Y'all both full adults. Y'all got jobs. Y'all working on retirement. 53, 35. What the problem is? Eartha Garrett says no. Fellas, I don't want to ask fellas because that's creepy for fellas. I think for fellas, that's nasty. I think you become R. Kelly. I think if you date somebody younger than your daughter, we now surviving whatever your name is. Surviving Sylvester. If you date somebody that's younger than your daughter, is now surviving Sylvester. Lynette says it's creepy for women too. But what's the age? What's the age limit? Snoop said, "Oh, that's nasty. Oh, that's nasty." Because I think for fellas, it makes it seem like you always been nasty, like you a groomer, like your daughter's friends really won't safe around you. Star said, "I mean, we grown, ain't we?" Betty said, "I value the respect of my sons too much to even think about doing something like that." I'm going to tell y'all right now, sons is different. I'm going to tell you right now, if my mama would have brought somebody in this house that I went to high school with, it's going to be some furniture moving. If my mama walked in this house and be like, you know Ray Ray. I mean, what you mean I know Ray Ray? Here, my third grade picture. Ew. Yo, I'm fighting him. Both of us fighting. Because you knew that was my mama. You seen her when she brought snacks to the games. You knew that was my mama. Why? Me and my, she say something that me and your mama going on to the back. We'll be back out. Wait, what? Ain't no way. I respect my mama too much to fight my mama. But she might catch these hands. My mama would catch at least a stern cussing out. She can't catch these hands though. But he catching these hands. If he show up for Thanksgiving dinner, I'm like, what's happening here? What's this? Why are you here? Why are you here? At that point, it becomes the scene from Black Panther. If you younger than me or my age and you date my mama and you walk in the house, I'm be like, why are you here? And your only answer can be, it's challenge day. Because it's got to be a challenge at that point. It's challenge day. Now, the whole thing about it, ooh, that's a great question. I wouldn't date anybody younger than my kid. But does the age matter if you don't have kids? So now let's flip it back on you, ladies. You 53, that young 35 will come through. You always can say, I'm old enough to be your mama, but you're not. 53, 35, it's got to feel good. I ain't gonna lie to you, it's got to feel good. I ain't never had no young, I ain't had no young, I mean, if they admire me, they admire me from a distance. I'm talking about far, far away. I ain't never had no young girl holler at me. I ain't had listen, at this point in my life, I don't even think no 35-year-old finna holler at me. They all like, no, he worn out, look at the gray. But ladies, it don't do something to your self-esteem a little bit when that young stallion tries to ride your old mule. This is a safe place. It's a safe place. I'm not saying that you would do it, but does it not bump your self-esteem up a little bit when that young stallion tries to ride the old mule? Y'all can be honest, ladies. Look at them. They was flying off the mountain. They was cussing and everything a few seconds ago, but now ain't none of them got nothing to say. See, that's what I'm telling y'all. Women, that y'all different. I'm gonna tell you what. As a man, I'm 40 years old. If a little 21-year-old try to holler at me, if a 21-year-old try to holler at me, I'm gonna be like, okay, all right, I got it. I'm like, no, girl, my daughter your age, but I appreciate it though. I'm gonna feel some kind of way. I'm gonna step off feeling sexier than I've ever felt. When Miss Ruth Ann try to holler at me, completely different. When them old ladies try to holler, I ain't got nothing. Listen, I don't know what it is about old ladies. Old ladies, they holler game is way stronger than anybody. Young ladies, y'all ain't got nothing on them old ladies. Them senior citizens, they getting their coffee cheaper. They don't care about who they holler at. Them old lady like, "Why, if I had a little young thing like you, or the things that I do to you," be like, "Whoa, wait a minute, Miss Shirley Ann." Them ladies that make that Barbara, this is Shirley call, they operate on a different level. Thank you, Betty, for being honest. I definitely said, Betty said, I would definitely be flattered, but still no. And I think it's okay with being no. Ain't nothing wrong with a stroked ego, but something wrong with stroking that young girl. Oh yeah, no, don't listen. Your ego, the only thing that need to be stroked. Don't let her stroke anything else. Not the little college friends. I'm around. She better not never tell me, "Oh, Dad, all my college friends," and I don't know. She always tells me, "My college friends, all my friends love you more than they love me. My friends think you cool, blah blah." That's the end of the line. I don't ever want to hear all my friends think you're hot, Dad. I'm throwing up in my mouth. Michelle, those are not your son's friends. Michelle, my son's friends have tried, and I feel disgusted. My son will be 35 this year, and that is not cute. Yeah, they not your son's friends. I have never in my life tried to holler at none of my friends' mama. That's not my friend. I'm not a friend. If you hollering at my mama, you're not my friend. That's 100% to the max. That's not your son's friends. You need to get them out of his life, and you need to go tell him exactly who it was. I'm starting drama this morning. That's what I'm doing. It's just no way. It's no way. Even if you know one of your homeboys got a fine mama, that's a conversation that y'all have offline with everybody except him. Oh, that bro crowed is this. Listen, you can't be blind. You can't be blind. You already know. You already know if somebody got a fine mama. You already know. You go around that house, they be like, "Boy, Miss Smith is fine than a mug." But you don't let it go beyond that. That's an internal thought. That's what they call them, intrusive thoughts. That's an intrusive thought. You let that stay inside. You keep that inside. And there's certain mamas you can't do certain things with. If your homeboy with the fine mama be like, "Hey, we all going down to the pool. You want to go?" Not if you going. You know what? I'm fine. I'm just going to go home. Because you're not going to catch me ogling your mama. Not going to do it. Now, here's the thing. If that's really your boy, you know his mama is fine. He know his mama is fine. And you defend his mama like it's your mama. You ain't even going to let nobody else say nothing disrespectful about his mama. If I'm friends with Mrs. Smith, Miss Smith's son, if Pookie is my best friend or even a close friend of mine, and Miss Smith finer than frog fur, I'm protecting Miss Smith like she my mama. But y'all better not say nothing about Miss Smith. We getting around, they be like, "You know who I do? Who? Miss Smith." Punch you in the mouth. "Why you hit me in my face? Stay in your place." That's what Biggie Small said. That's how you do it. It's inevitable. It's inevitable that some people got fine mamas. It's inevitable. It's some mamas out there, listen, in this day of the BBL and all that, it's some mamas that stack like the International House of Pancakes. But you just can't, if it's your friend's mama, you got to protect her like she your mama. It's some fine mamas out here. Mamas don't mama like they used to. It used to be once you had children, you just let yourself go. I'm like, I done had a baby now. I don't pop one out. I don't care about my life no more. These new mamas, they still care about themselves. They out there erasing their stretch marks and they getting it in. They living life. It's amazing. It's amazing. I don't know if it's because I've gotten older and I'm in that age range now, or if it's just a reality. Grandmamas is way sexier than they used to be. And listen, I do a grandmama now. These new great grandmamas is where the line kind of drops off. But these new grandmamas, whoo, And I guess now because I'm almost at the age, let's see, in 10 years, my daughter could have a child. So I'm almost at the age where I could be a granddaddy. So I guess I want to still consider myself to be somewhat attractive. But these new grandmamas, goodness. Listen here, they ain't baking no pies no more. These new grandmamas don't even know how to cook. They tell you off the top, I can't cook. I'm a grandma, I can't cook. I don't even watch kids. New grandmamas is sexy. I got a friend, Corey Bell, man. She's a comedian, very talented. She always talks about Granny 2.0. She part of the Granny 2.0 crowd. This new grandma crowd, this new stack of grandmamas. I appreciate you, Lord. Now, it may have always been that way. That's probably why Mr. Willie's a little different. And probably why Mr. Willie was always nasty back in the day. So that's the whole thing. I need y'all new grandmamas. To stay sexy. That'll keep these old men from looking at the young things. And we don't need no PYTs. Give me a POT, a pretty old thing. Give me a POT that knows how to use a POT. There you go, Michelle. That's your problem. You a grandmama and you can cook. That's why your son's friends is hollering. Because he ain't got nothing to choose from. He 35 with nothing to choose from. He's like, you know what? I just go for Miss Michelle. Hey, Miss Michelle. Hey, Miss McKinney. What you trying to give me, Miss McKinney? That's it. Can I have a piece of your pie? You be like, I ain't even baked nothing. Nah, that's not what I'm talking about. Can I have some of your cakes? Like I didn't even bake nothing. That ain't what I'm talking about. Old grandmamas watch kids. These new grandmamas don't watch no kids. These kids is on their own. You ain't getting no grandma guidance out of these new grandmamas. Not grandma 2.0. They ain't watching your kids. You had them kids. You had them kids, not them. That's who be at the casino all the time. It don't be the mama. It be them grandmamas. Them grandmamas is at that casino getting it in. They looking for something. They drinking heavy. These new grandmamas don't even make Kool-Aid. These new grandmamas like, give me some Patron. Wait, some Patron? Grandma. New grandmamas ain't got no peppermints in there. You ask the new grandmama for some candy, it's probably gonna be edible. You go ahead and get them Skittles from the new grandmama. You gonna be high as a kite. New grandmas ain't got no peppermints in their purse. They got edibles. They terrible. They should be ashamed of themselves. New grandmamas. I love them. I love y'all though. I love y'all. I'm pretty sure by the time I decide to get married, whoever I marry, she probably gonna be a grandma. And I'm gonna need her to throw that thing in a circle for a real brother. I'm about to lose my virginity to a grandma. It's gonna be crazy. It's weird to think about. There's a difference. Listen, Al, you just show it's a difference between Guiding Light and Love and Hip Hop. There's a difference. New grandmamas out there watching all the Queen's men. Hot, bothered. Muy Caliente specials. They out there trying to get the Muy Caliente special. The Muy Caliente special. Let me go, man. I'm getting ready to take my son on this journey, man. We about to have a good time today. We about to hang out as men, do men things. The word of the day today, man, is shambles. SHAMBLES. I said it like I was fabulous. Shambles. Shambles refers to a piece Shambles refers to a place or state in which there is great confusion, disorder, or destruction. The house party they had over the weekend left the entire living room in shambles. Shambles. Not to be confused with shingles. Shingles is something different. Shingles, let me tell y'all something. Shingles is when the first time I heard about shingles, I almost punched a doctor in the face. Don't have deuce out there in shambles. We might be. The first time I heard about shingles, and if y'all don't know what shingles is, the commercials come on, if you ever had chicken pox, you can end up with shingles later on in life. Shingles, very painful. Here's what's so crazy about shingles. Shingles is the common name for shingles. So my mom had shingles. So she had bumps on her face, all down her side. Only one side of her body. She had these bumps. They were painful, blah, 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 blah. So my mama was, at first, she was just like, I just put some Neosporin on them. I was like, Mom, I think you beyond the Neosporin phase. So I take my mom to the doctor. We go to the doctor. We go see her doctor, the foreign doctor, no bedside manner. He only speaks. He only speaks in medical terms. He only speaks in medical terms. So he comes in and he tells my mom what she has. And I'm like, hey, what is shingles? And he was like, I'll say so. He said, no, he doesn't. He tells me he has shingles. Now he comes in, he's like, your mother has herpes zoster. And I was like, I'll punch you in your face. I will punch you in your face. Don't you ever come here and tell me my mama got herpes on her face? My mama got herpes on her face, all over her body. Now you try to tell me my mama been out here just been nasty. You just telling me my mama done got herpes all over her face. I will punch you, sir. What is wrong with you? And then he was like, no, it's just shingles. I was like, well, you should have said shingles in the first place. When you come here talking about my mama got herpes, I swear. Because I try to figure out what my mama was doing to catch herpes all over her body. What is she doing with the James Cleveland herpes? Woke up this morning with herpes all over my body. I was like, what in the world? I mean, it is very painful. It's very hurtful, but it's herpes. That's what you was telling me. So the clinical term for it is herpes zoster, Z-O-S-T-E-R. But you don't tell nobody that. You tell everybody that they got, it's the same thing we do with cold sores. Everybody be like, it ain't herpes, it's cold sore. Okay. Whatever. It's what it is. Why it comes back. It's not a bad thing. You ain't the end of the world. Ain't nobody fitting to die. But the reality is the reality. People be calling me at this time of the morning, knowing I've got a whole show that comes on at 7:30. It's 8:22. Why is you calling me? They keep calling me. News, weather, and sports. News, weather, and sports. Today, man, we in fall spring. The weather that picked up. Supposed to be like 78 degrees today. It's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be like 80 degrees. So me and dudes going out here. We're gonna check out these strippers, see what's going on. You know what it is when the weather get a little warm. Y'all will do whatever y'all want to do. Once it get a little teeny bit warm, it ain't got to be all the way warm. As soon as it get a little bit warm, y'all do what y'all do. Sports, we are down to the Final Four. We are down to the Final Four in men's basketball. UConn, NC State, UConn, NC State, Alabama, and Purdue. UConn will be playing Alabama. NC State will be playing Purdue. Those games going on. Final Four starts on my birthday this Saturday, April the 6th. So I'm really excited about that, man. All that matters to me is that Duke lost once. I'm petty in that way. Once UNC lost, I was like, hey, man, petting me up. On the women's side, only half of the Final Four has already been determined. The South Carolina Gamecocks will be playing the NC State Wolfpack. And now we still have 2 games remaining. You have Iowa versus LSU, which is a repeat of last year's actual national championship for the right to make it to the Final Four, and USC versus UConn. Juju on that beat. So me personally, I'm going for USC and USC. I want to see Juju against South Carolina. That's what I want to see as the championship game. USC versus USC. So I have Iowa beating LSU today, and I have USC beating UConn, setting up a USC versus Iowa game, which I think is going to be great. I want to see Juju versus Caitlin. I think that's going to be amazing. And I think Juju ends up winning. And then we get USC versus USC in the national championship. And that's what I got. Sharon says she's going for LSU. Can't do it. I'm not a fan. Not a fan of LSU. I'm not a fan of Kim Malarkey. I think she is exactly what that Sports Illustrated article says about her. I think she is what Brittany Griner said about her. I don't think she's that great of an individual. I don't think she's a very good person. Man, I just don't like the general attitude of LSU. I'm a huge fan of USC. I love the way that Dawn Staley carries herself. I love the way that her team carries herself. And I also think, and some people could disagree with me, but I do think that that the perception of Dawn Staley and Kim Malarkey or Mulkey, Kim Mulkey, I always say Malarkey, but Kim Mulkey are definite reflections of what it's like to be in this country. I think Kim Mulkey gets away with stuff. I think if Dawn Staley acted like Kim Mulkey, she'd be a pariah. I think if she acted that way, what's up, Dion? I think if she acted that way, okay, with that sharing, that's fine. But I believe that if Dawn Staley behaved like Kim Mulkey at all, and the Washington Post article about Kim Mulkey, I believe, but if she acted like her, she'd be fired. There's no way that Dawn Staley would be able to behave like Kim Mulkey. There's just no way. We've seen it. She wouldn't be able to dress like Kim Mulkey. We've seen coaches on the high school level fired for dressing like Kim Mulkey that were African American descent. We've seen college coaches. I believe it was the coach at the University of Texas. She was all over the paper. Be like, it's ridiculous that she dresses like this. It's basketball. It's not a fashion show. And they just drug her through the mud just for being out there looking good. Kim Mulkey be out that jank in full. I don't even know where she finds that many sequins. Where are you finding enough sequins to make a whole outfit out of sequins? This is ridiculous. You need help and prayer. She be out there jank looking like a couch cushion all the time. She look like one of them pillows. I swear, if somebody would have rubbed Kim Mulkey up, her outfit would change. It's crazy. If Dawn Staley ever wore one outfit that looked like what Mulkey wears, she'd be roasted. They would talk about it. If she allowed her team, and listen, these are young girls that's going to be young women. I'm sorry. These are young women that are going to be young women, 20, 21 years old. They're going to act like they're going to act. If Dawn Staley allowed USC to just be on the court and just do whatever they wanted to do, because that's what LSU does. They do whatever they want to do. Angel Reese, as talented as an individual that she is, I don't know how she's going to be when she gets on the professional level, but she's a talented player. Her attitude ridiculous. Her attitude's ridiculous. I love it. She's from Baltimore. And it's funny because she has a little bit of the Lizzo complex. She does. Whether you like it or not, she has a little bit of the Lizzo complex. Lizzo, if you ever watch Lizzo does all this stuff. She walks out with her cheeks out. She does all this stuff. She's brash, bold. And then when people say something, I don't understand why people talk about me. Angel Reese the same way. Angel Reese is all in your face, giving you the finger, cussing you out, hyping the crowd out, pushing people, doing all kinds of stuff. But then if somebody say something about Angel Reese, I don't understand why y'all trying to make me be and saying stuff. Why somebody always got to say something about me? Because you always put yourself out there. I understand. Listen, out of all the people in the world that understands that, I get it. I can't ever feel a certain way. I am brash. My mouth is big. I say what I want to say a lot of the time. Well, actually, I don't. But I say a lot of what I want to say. So I got to be ready. The law of relativity is what? Every action has an equal and opposite reaction. So when I throw it out there, trust that it's going to be equal and opposite back towards me. Every action has an equal and opposite reaction. So I'm good. I understand that. I can't get out there and be like, oh, people don't like me. I actually embrace the fact that there's a lot of people out there that can't stand me. There's a lot of people out there that can't stand me. There's a lot of people out there that show fake love. They love me today. A lot of people love me when I'm saying what they want to hear. Now, if I say something that they don't like, they immediately, I can't stand them. What's I hate them? But here's the thing about me. There's a consistency in my life, and that's what I live to be. I live to be consistent. There's a consistency in my life. You can be like, oh, yeah, that sounds like something Cletus would do. I learned that from my grandfather, Edward Cummings. He was like, right is right, wrong is wrong. Speak to the right and let the rest of it fall. I'm sorry, the theory of relativity, not the law of relativity. My bad, Dion. It's a theory. My bad. So that's the thing with Angel Reese. Angel Reese is as disrespectful, as brash and bold as she wants to, but then when it comes time to have press conference, she plays the victim. I seen somebody the other day was like, please pray for the mental state of Angel Reese. She's being attacked. She's not. She put herself in that position. Caitlin Clark does the same thing. Her daddy told her, shut up, just play basketball. Just stop it. Doing too much. LSU sometimes needs a you're doing too much moment. But Kim Mulkey is not that person. Kim Mulkey is like, do more. Act the fool. Act the fool. But, you know, what can I say? But it's Monday, man. We can ready to get out of here, man. You remember what we do about Mondays. We let Monday know that we are the master of our Mondays and Mondays master our week. Get out there on a Monday and show the rest of the week, man, that there's nothing to fear. Show the rest of the week, man, that we got this thing, that we are handling it. We are attacking our Mondays. We are mastering our Mondays. That's what I want y'all to do. Master your Mondays. Master your Mondays. Now, Caitlin Clark may get away with her shenanigans more than Angel. I'll give you that. I think that, but again, just the way that we are in America, the mainstream, you know, they accept Caitlin. I believe Paul Mooney used to say she has a complexion for the protection. And and all of these things that we're seeing in women's basketball, it's crazy how women's basketball has now become such a reflection of what's going on in our world. It's just become a reflection of what our world is. There's just certain things that you can't do. It's an unfortunate reflection, but it just happens to be one. There are certain things until we progress as people generally, and I'm talking about and I ain't talking about the people that are good people that are watching this show and that can see everybody equally. I'm talking about the mainstream. I'm talking about Bubba out in South Carolina. I'm talking about all of these people, a lot of people in the mainstream media, until we can all be like, okay, here it is. Let's call a spade a spade. Let's be what we're going to be. We're going to still have those problems. We're going to 100% have those problems. That's just a fact of life. That's just a fact of this life. The women's basketball has become a microcosm of what's going on in this world. It's very simple. The simplest definition, I don't want to get too political about it, but the simplest definition, the simplest way that I can explain this to you, and you can see the difference, is in the behavior of Barack Obama compared to the behavior of Donald Trump. If Barack Obama did one millionth of the things that Donald Trump done, they'd have hung him in effigy. There was just no way he could not only get away with it, but become a hero. There's no way he could be indicted. There's just no way. But for whatever reason, Donald Trump is able to behave however he wants to and still be promoted to the position where he can run for president again. Man, if Obama had done just one minute, not all the things that Trump has done, but just one of the things that Trump has done. Man, shoot, he wouldn't even been allowed in Sam's Club. You talking about the White House? Not in the White Sam's Club. They wouldn't even let him in. Excuse me, sir. You're not allowed to get discount shopping here. Yeah, the pizza's not for you. It's just a microcosm of what the things are in this world. But what I do know is that the world is ever changing, that there are still a lot of amazing people out here. I've run into a lot of amazing people of all races, ethnicities. So that's changing. I know things are getting better. It's not the same world that my grandfather had to fight to get to. It's not the same world that my grandfather's grandfather had to fight into. The fights are different, but they're becoming a little bit easier. They're different fights. The playing fields are changing a little bit. We all fighting with the same gloves. Some of the times we're not fighting with our hand behind our back. Things are changing a little bit, man. And I think we all have an opportunity to be a part of that change, to be a part of the difference. If not for our kids, for our grandkids. Because we ain't gonna be watching the grandkids. So why not? We can be watching the grandkids on their own. I love y'all, man. I'll be back on tomorrow. God willing, the creek don't rise. And if me and Deuce don't end up in shambles today. So we're going to have a good time. Man, you can always share this show. You can always reach out to me, man. if you are willing, or if you are trying to have me come and perform somewhere, it's very simple. Get Cletus booked at gmail.com. GET Cletus, CLETUS booked. Get Cletus booked at gmail.com. Get Cletus booked at gmail.com. And that helps me to get booked. Share the show. If you ever want to sponsor the show, simply just $1 a week. That's all I ask. You can send it all at one time. You can just send $1. If you don't even feel like sending a whole dollar, 25 cents, whatever they'll do, it'll be great. I'm gonna try to be safe as possible, and I'm gonna have fun. Remember, man, make somebody feel good today, even if that somebody just happens to be you. We'll be back tomorrow if the Lord willing, the creek don't rise, and we'll do this all over again to the very best of my ability. Love y'all, man. I'm out. Peace.
Kick your shoes off, take a load off. Don't go nowhere till the show's off. Oh, you know it's gonna be a movie when you got Cletus Cassidy on your TV. Yeah, already know Mr. Funny Man. Coming to you and making you laugh again. Started off on the radio, now we got the Cletus Cassidy Show. Funny Man, coming to you and making you laugh again. Started off on the radio, now we got that.